folks, I want to show you a really fun watercolour exercise that you could do at home, nice and easy, nice and quick, and you can use these on greetings cards or even just as an artwork by itself. The trick is to make sure you work fairly quick because you want your paint to be really wet, we want the bottom to blend in nice and juicily, and then you don't want anything to dry. So grab your watercolour paints and let's get started. So you're going to need your watercolour set, a paintbrush which is looking roughly like this. So mine is a size 6 and they're quite small and they have a pointed head. And then we need watercolour paper, some water and a rag or a bit of tissue paper or kitchen paper. So the first thing we want to practice is getting some gradients. So just choose a colour. And I want you to mix it in your lid. Most watercolour palettes will have a lid that you can mix in, and this is essential for controlling how much water we have and how much pigment we have. So mix it in there. Get a medium amount, so see how generous I've been with the paint and the water. And then all I want to do is create a line until my brush runs out. So I'm going from side to side, and my brush is on an angle. It's not pointing up to the sky, it's fairly flat, and just keep going until you run out of brush. Then, once you've done that, grab the same thing again, and you have to work fairly quickly, so watch for a second. I'm going to paint a little bit, and then stop, and I'm very quickly going to clean my brush, dab the edges, so it just got clean water, and then I'm going to blend that down there. And you see the difference between this one and this one is you can't see where the end finishes here, but you can here, and it gets quite grainy. So practice a few of those, and then we're going to apply it to a tree. So feel free to pause the video at this point. Okay, so let's try a tree. I'm going to pick a different color, and I want to get that ready in my palette. And then all I want to do is go from left to right again, but I'm doing a bit of a triangular shape. So I'm going to start with a point at the top, and when I go from left to right, I might leave a few gaps, and then I'll just go all the way down because all we're doing here is practicing our tree. So this is essentially a tree plus our first exercise until we run out of paint. And then you have guessed it, my friends. Pick up that paint and we're going to do a tree again, but this time we're going to use this exercise. So start with the top, left to right, think triangles, 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 get to the horizon, clean your brush, dab it off and pull that down. So that starts to disappear. So that looks way different to this. And of course, your reflections can go at an angle as well. So let's try this method again, but this time our reflection is going to go right, or it can go left if you want. And we're going to mix 2 colors. So choose 2 different colors because this is a practice and it's good to get familiar with our paints. So I'm going to prepare them in my lid. I'll go for the dark green, and then I'll go for this yellow ochre, this golden color. Okay, so let's pick up my dark green and let's do the tree. Not as many gaps in there, but it's a practice. Clean my brush, dab it off, and I'm going to travel that to the side. And I've got to work very, very quick. So we'll get my wet yellow ochre, left to right, left to right, left to right. And then when I get to the ground, I'm going to blend that in. So mine doesn't have a huge amount of pigment in it, so I'm going to try that again down here, and I'll try and add more pigment so that there's a bit more blurriness going on down here so you can see the colors mixed together. This is a great first stage, so let's try and improve that a little bit more. I'll use 2 different colors, so let's go for purple. I love this one, and I'll add more water in there as well. And I will go for purple and orange. These were the colours of my balloons on my 18th birthday, and everyone thought that was weird, but I was like, this is sick. Okay, so I'm going to pick up that juicy purple. Left to right, left to right, left to right. Horizon. And then clean that brush a bit. Actually, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of paint. Bring that to the right. There we go. And then I'll clean it one more time so that disappears. And then I said orange, not red, China, orange. And then let's go again. So I'll go a bit higher. Why not? Let those colors touch. And then add a bit of water. Mix that over to the right. So it's a little bit more interesting when you've got the colors touching each other and being pulled to the right hand side, and also having a bit more of the pigment. So that's our warm-up done. We're ready, so give it a go, and don't forget you can repeat those exercises anytime when you're feeling a bit nervous or you haven't quite got it. And let's start our masterpiece, shall we? All right, let's get into it. So choose your color. I'm going to start with the lightest color in yellow. And I want to do a zigzag. So I'm going from left to right, left to right, left to right. And I'm leaving a little gap of white at some points. Then I clean my brush. And just like earlier, you want to use that wet water, clean wet water, just to drag that color down and make a bit of a gradient. So you want it to kind of disappear into the white if you can. Pick up your next color. Remember, you've got to work very quick with this. We want to do the same again, but this time I'm going to start a little bit higher and I'm going to go a little bit darker. So I'm going for this orange. I want to go from left to right, clean that brush and pull that color down with the clean water. You see, I'm just cleaning it, tapping out the excess on the side and then blending that in. And this is a nice way to blend because everything's wet, the colors are bleeding into each other. So your next one, let's go a little bit lower, and I'm going to go for red and do the same thing again. Left to right, clean the brush, dab the brush, bring down that color. It's a little bit too much on there, and try and get that to go way too much. I need to clean my brush way more. There we go, just blend that in a little bit more. But you see the red and the orange are really starting to blend because it's a much stronger color. My next one is a purple, and I'm going to go taller and leaving a few gaps up there, which is quite nice. Letting that water connect at the bottom, clean my brush, dab off the excess paint, and then blend that down. So that was close. The purple nearly dried there, but I managed to just get that back. So let's do another color. So my next one is blue, and let's go shorter. Yeah, I think the shortest so far, right down to that horizon. And then I'm going to clean my brush again, dab it off, blend it in together, make sure those nice wet juicy bits are blending well, and it's okay to leave little gaps too because it looks more like a reflection. So we'll do another color. I think this one we'll do green, and let's start similar height, tiny bit higher, left to right, and again just at that horizon, clean the brush and then blend it with clean water. So already it's looking really nice. So let's add another color. This is my earthy color, so yellow ochre. It looks very similar to the orange. You can use that again. And it's a short one in this one, so drag it down, blend down the bottom. And you see they're kind of going at an angle as well, which is quite nice. You can have them going flat and straight down, the little reflections, or you can have them going at an angle, whatever you prefer. But already it looks like a really cool picture. So let's do one more. I think this is dark green, add a bit of contrast and some interesting colors, and then you know what to do by now. You want to clean the brush, dab off the excess, and just drag down that color. Hope that they all blend. It's starting to dry a little bit too much on that side. This is borderline about to mess up. But I think I just about save it. So blend that. Yeah, that one's dried. Blend that in, and voila. There you have this gorgeous multicolored forest. And yeah, you could do this on greetings cards, birthday cards, or you could just do it as a piece of artwork. But it looks fucking sick. Quite fun, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice fun exercise to start the year off, and I'm going to be making more of these videos, so make sure you subscribe and you can get more content and more fun and improve your well-being in your own lives by being more creative. Alright team, I'll see you in the next video.